Hello and welcome back to a new video. Today we're gonna talk about what's in my camera bag for 2024, and yeah, everything is almost switched out, so let's get into it. So the camera bag I'm using is the Lower Pro Tactic BP 450. I will put everything down in the description so you can check it out if you want to. Pretty standard bag. I don't know how many liter it has, but it can take everything that I've got, so I'm using it. It's maybe not the best bag. What I really don't like about it is there's no way to put a tripod on it. It just has this water bottle set here, and then you get some straps, but as you can see I have lost them, as I do with much of my stuff that hasn't a real place to go. So, but I still like it. It's big, it can take all the gear, and this is what it looks inside. And then it had some pouches here. Here I put my MacBook 16-inch. If I'm going out to travel and I need my computer, I just slide it in there. Works pretty good. Not the best bag, but it does the job. And then let's go on to some accessories. The first one is obvious. It's a blower. I use this. I try to use it every time I switch lens and just blow out the dust, so I don't get any spots in my pictures, but sometimes you do get that, and then it's nice to have Photoshop. If it's for video, yeah, then it's sad. Then we have the Nissi case with my filters, and here I have an ND filter and I have the CPL filter as well. And then I almost every time I carry at least one more ND filter and then one more CPL filter, but usually they sit on a lens, so I don't bother to take it off. I just try to remember to use the lens cap instead. And then we have the mics I'm using right now, and because the room is pretty echoing, I'm using lav mic, and it's the Rode Wireless Go 2. It's with one receiver and two mics, so that's the one I'll be using. Then we have my shotgun mic, MKE 400 from Sennheiser. Works really good, but it does got some noises when you use it in a quiet room. You can hear some hissing. It's a little bit annoying, and that's why I'm using my lav mics instead, because of that hissing sound. And then I have a power bank with me all the time, usually to charge my phone or to charge my GoPro, and as well with a USB-C cable. I just bought this off a gas station just because I needed it, and it's been following around when I go to shoots. For my almost every time it's for the GoPro, because the battery is really bad on it, I think, and I only have one battery, so might need to update that. Then I have my handle for my handheld rig, and this goes on just by screwing this one, so it's really fast and nice to get rid of if I don't want to have it there. Usually when I go out on a shoot I use a gimbal, and if I'm shooting drifting or something like that, then I use handheld, so this sits on all the time. And then it has a small rig, tilting screen mount, monitor mount. So this is from Pro Aim, and it's from our cage called Snap Rig. I really like the handle. It's pretty long, so I've been using that, and recently I bought a cage for it, so it's really nice to have a cage again. Then we have the GoPro. I use the GoPro Hero 11 Black, and then I have a GoPro Hero 8 somewhere here, because I'm flying some FPV from time to time and I'm shooting a lot of BTS content. At least one GoPro I need, so this is the one I have been using. Really happy with it. As I said, not the best battery life, but works really good. So that's the one I'll be using for my BTS content. And then we have the monitor as I'm using right now, and it's the Atomos Shinobi 5-inch. It's a pretty good monitor. I've been talking about it in another video. If you want to see that, I can drop a link down below. It's not the best, but it works. It gets a little bit hot, especially when it's warm outside, so something to think about. Then we have my camera that I'm using for BTS content as well, and I've been using it for some vlogging stuff as well. It's the Nikon Z8 II, and here you have 14-30 f4. Works pretty good, but it's not the best for vlogging. As you can see, it doesn't have a tilting screen, but I use it for a backup Nikon's Z8, and I really like the pictures that comes out of this camera. Really good lens, works for the things I use it for. And then we have another lens, that's the 35mm Sigma Art f1.4, my favorite lens when it comes to car videos. A really good lens for photos as well. It got a f1.4 aperture, so it can really handle low light, and the autofocus works really good when it comes to photos. For videos, because I'm using the adapter for Nikon's f-mount lenses, it has some weird sounds when I use it for video. Even though it doesn't bother the autofocus, you can hear it when you have the shotgun mic on, so that's one thing I have to think about when I'm using these lenses for the older Nikon. And this is a lens I've been using lately when it comes to videos, and it's the 50mm f1.4 Sigma Art. And why I've been using this for car videos lately, it's because I really like the look that the 50mm gives you. I've been leaning more towards this than the 85 lately, so this hangs around in my camera bag more than the 85 actually does right now. So yeah, that's one thing that's new this year, bringing the 50mm with me. Then I have this 70-200 f2.8, and it's the Z mount, so I don't need any adapter to this one. This one is really sharp, really great lens, fast autofocus. Yeah, it works really good. And these buttons I don't even use, so I just use these two. This one is really good for videos, especially when it comes to drifting and motorsports overall. This is probably my go-to because of the range, and I got a 2.8 aperture, so it can handle low light. For videos I really like to use this, especially for motorsport, and it's not that heavy. And then we come to my absolute favorite lens when it comes to photos, and I was thinking about it all the time when I went out and shot with the Sony ones, and I was thinking I'm gonna buy this for my Sony cameras, but I never did, and now I got it because I already had it for the Nikon. It's the Sigma Art 105 f4. It's a beast of a lens. This is absolutely my favorite lens when it comes to photos. It's insanely sharp. It's one of the best lenses I got when it comes to photos. It's bulky, it's big, and it's heavy, but the photos you get out of this lens it's just something else, and you really need to try it to experience the photos you get from this. It's just one thing that I have to carry with me when I'm out shooting cars. This lens, yeah, it's heavy, and you can feel it when you put it in the bag, but I absolutely love the photos you get from this. But this lens is a beast, and it's my favorite when it comes to taking photos. And then we have the camera I'm shooting on right now, and that's the Nikon Z8. Really good camera, and I was out shooting this weekend, and the performance of the autofocus in video and photos overall is, yeah, I can't explain it. I had the Sony A7 IV, and you can compare them, but the autofocus when it comes to photos in the Nikon Z8 is unbelievable. I will show you some shots that I've taken with the, I'm gonna get lens. I took it with this beast It's the Nikon 180 to 600. I took some photos, panning shots, 1/80 of a second, and still sharp. And I did actually shoot some videos as well with this lens. So this is maybe a lens that I will carry with me when I'm out shooting drifting, just to get some really different videos. Yeah, so I might take this with me as well, but it doesn't fit the bag, so I have to take it outside the bag. But the Nikon Z8, I'm really impressed about how it performs even in video mode as well. So it's gonna be a lot of fun to see what I can create with it. Like I said in my previous video, now I just need to really focus on getting better with video and better overall. You can never stop learning. So this is just what I got in my bag, and even though I take too much with me, it always seems like I forget something. And what that is, it's different every time, but yeah, that's the way it is. The biggest change is probably this one carrying the 50mm over the 85. If you have any question, just drop it down below and I will try to answer them. Hopefully you like this video, and if you do, please give it a thumbs up. It helps me out with the algorithm and yeah, everything like that. So consider subscribing if you haven't done that yet. Hopefully I will see you in the next one. Bye.